This is a video explaining how to use the template for blended learning lesson planning. So this could really help you keep things organized if you are running a stagger style of lesson planning for the school year in which we're doing cohort A, cohort B with an online day on Wednesday. So this was developed by Rebecca Schofer-Gauthier and myself, Josh Gauthier. And really, it's just a way to help keep your thoughts straight and organized as you have these two separate streams going. So let's walk through what you can do with this. So when you first open this up and make your copy, you'll have a link to this video. If you're familiar with Sheets, use this as you want and organize it as you want. If you're unfamiliar, then you watch the video, which is what you're doing right now. So then right now, there's 4 things down here. Number 1, there's the first week of school and the second week of school. And those are organized so that they're different because you're only there 4 days. So it's organized a bit differently than it would be during the weeks. And then there's a template 1 for 1 week and then a template 2 for the next week. And so you'll see how things flow. So let's walk through it. So starting with week number 1, you probably aren't going to have your online students do a whole lot that first day. You could choose to do that, but really it might be hard to get them into the classroom on day 1. So with that in mind, that can kind of be an open day, and that's not going to be something that you're going to launch off of. You can decide to do something, but it will be different than the rest of the week. But then your in-person day on Tuesday with cohort A and your in-person on Wednesday with cohort B are going to be the same things if you're doing a stagger, just 1 day off. So then these are color-coded so that you can just copy what you put in A and put it in B for Wednesday. And that's how this works. These are all color-coded so that the same colors go with the same days. That brings us to the end of the week, Friday. Your online group for Friday is cohort A, meaning the next day they come to school is going to be Monday. In which case, cohort B then will get their chance at that online lesson. So you can kind of see how the week flows. It's almost like a Friday into Monday for online. And then you can see how the other days match up. So you're really planning for 5 days a week once we get going. 3 online lessons, 2 in-person lessons. So that's the first 2 weeks. It's going to be 2 online, 2 in-person. Going to the templates then, these are weekly templates then when we have full weeks. And so when we don't, you'll just have to delete one of the days, which I'll show. So you can see here that Monday, Tuesday, same in-person lesson. And then Monday's lesson is going to be different because that's coming from the Friday of the week before. Then you can see Wednesday's online, Thursday's online are the same. Tuesday's online, Wednesday's online are the same. Thursday's in person, Friday's in person is the same. So keeping that straight. I know there might be some interest in doing the same online lesson for Wednesday, which you can totally do, in which case just change the colors here. But the thinking behind this was that whatever you have them do the day before they come to you physically, you want to directly tie in. So with that in mind, that's why really cohort A is going to do something this day, and then the next online thing here to lead into their in-person Thursday, and then cohort B, same thing. It's going to just flow that direction. Then when you need to make a new week, so when we get to the following week here, 9/15, you'll just click down here on these templates, and you'll duplicate, and then you can call this 9/15. And then after 9/15, then you can duplicate template 2. So you're just alternating those weeks to get the colors to match up, because when you get to Friday and you've got your online for Friday for cohort A, it's going to be the same online for cohort B. So you duplicate this for that following week. And then as things fill up, as this starts to fill up with dates, you can hide them by clicking on the drop down, and you can hide the sheet, and then it disappears from the list. It still exists. You can still get to it on the hamburger menu, but then it just isn't cluttering up the bottom so you can quickly see your lessons. Alternately, you can change these headings over here if you want. This is just what Rebecca is using for her class, but if you need to add in the standards, other things, you can choose to do that. You can hyperlink within any of the cells, multiple places in the cell. So if you've got a lesson here, you can highlight and Control K or use the link button to insert a link. And then you can do multiple of that in the cell. So you can add another link in there. If you want line breaks in a cell, Control Enter is what you want to press. All right. I'm going to go ahead and delete some of these things as they're not needed. And you can just click delete, click delete. These should all be set to text wrap. So as you type in each of these boxes, it should text wrap for you. If it's not big enough, you can drag the columns like that, get the two-way arrow and drag to make them larger. And then if it does take up more than this part of the screen, so let's say on template 1, you might need to scroll. In this case, we don't. But if we had more here, I'll zoom in a bit to show that. Those freeze bars will keep these things there, so you can scroll over and left and right and not lose your headings. So hopefully this lesson plan template will be something that could help you stay organized, and you're welcome to modify it however you want. You can modify these headings, you can change the colors to keep things straight, but we think that a staggered plan that kind of works on a 2-week rotation where your Friday lesson spills into the next week for online, and then your physical lessons are the same Monday and Tuesday and Thursday, Friday. I think it'll help you go a long way in staying organized this school year.